Oh, I had the sound off. Shout out to everybody that's here. I'm glad y'all saw it in the chat room. Shout out to everybody that's here. Thank y'all for letting me know. Salute to the chat, the moderators, channel members. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Make sure when the stream is over, I go back and edit that out. Can you hear me now? Y'all hear me? Salute to Swing Out with the super chat. Yeah, I had the sound muted. Salute to everybody that's here, moderators, channel members, Patreons, people that support. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, because I was talking, I didn't adjust the sound just now. This topic is gonna have different components to it. Like I always do in these discussions on this Valentine's Day. This is a perfect day. You know, I see a lot of relationship talk. I know a lot of y'all see it as well. There's like a new podcast every week where redundant relationship conversations happen. You got single people, you got a few married people in there, and you have a mishmash of mumbo jumbo. Everybody's lying. Everybody ain't making no adjustments. I know y'all see it. I mean, these conversations, I think I said in my last live stream, people having these relationship conversations and their dating life is not, it's in shambles, but they have all the advice to give. But we're going to talk about that and other things. We're going to talk about the older heifers who refuse to age gracefully. We're going to talk about the ones that are hanging on too long, trying to compete with younger women. And y'all wonder why men your age don't want you. You wonder why. You know? You mean Valentine's Day. You know. But shout out to y'all, man. Let's see who's here. Leslie, Accounting Tom, D-Rock Den, Boot Camp, Antoine, Slim South, Swing Out, K. Nicole, Matthew, Ramon, Zeke, Jay Shine, what's up? Jyren, Dab, Brian, JJ Diesel, 1090 Wall Street, Nye 215, Yuga, Bay Blader, King Smitty. Let's see, David, Jean Marie. Yeah, I think that's everybody. Thank y'all for being here. This discussion, I want people to understand something when it comes to these discussions. I don't have a problem with women who feel like they, want to feel good about themselves. They want to get out there. They want to feel attractive. I ain't got no problem with that. It's the women that's blatantly out here trying to compete with younger women. And they don't really give good advice to younger women. Y'all notice that? Like, they get mad at men for criticizing female behavior, but they're never the ones to give these women the advice that could actually help them, because women do listen to other women. They're very hostile towards men. And I understand if you're a woman, you don't want to listen to what a man has to say. What's up, Jay Thomas? Make sure y'all like the stream too. You don't want to listen to a man criticize you. I understand that. This is why it's important for women to be able to be critical of other women, but they refuse to do it because they all want to engage in the same behaviors. And what's funny is that Erykah Badu was a topic of this discussion because she tweeted about how It's a good because it's the Super Bowl. I'm paraphrasing. It's because of the Super Bowl, because of her, I guess she's saying metaphorically. Oh no, she's basically saying it's be the best time to cheat on your guy because he's watching the Super Bowl, and cheat on him with a soft dude, right? And then there was a girl that responded, and then told her, to act, basically be more mature. And then I guess Angela and Erica Badu didn't like that. She didn't like to be told to act her age, and she tried to insult the girl's looks. Let me tell y'all one thing you will never see me do. Throughout all the years of me being critical of these heifers, you don't see me going in on their looks because it doesn't matter to me. Because that's low-hanging fruit to attack someone's looks. Now, have I mentioned how somebody looked when I'm going in on a topic? It's because that person is out here judging and pointing fingers and saying things. So you put that mirror back into their face. And that's what I do. But I always keep the discussion to the behaviors, because it doesn't matter what their looks are. It's the behaviors that's more important. And when I see people like Erica who hide behind this Afrocentric image, when that's really not who she is, she just hides behind it, because who she really is she's just your typical Western woman with some talent. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And people claim that men insult women's looks. No, women insult each other worse than men could ever do. I've seen women have back and forth with each other, and they say some of the most vicious things. What's up, KMC? Atal, what's up? I've seen women say some of the most vicious things to each other that have nothing to do with the conversation. They just will go into full attack mode. I can pride myself on never having to do that, because just having a conversation is enough. But a lot of these people are not intelligent. Even I don't care how many degrees they claim to have, they tend to get very ignorant whenever they get challenged, Marcus and Larsa were spotted together today on Valentine's Day because these heifers can't be alone. These heifers can't be alone. So what they're going to do is they'll go back to the dude they just broke up with only for like one day and then break up back with him again. I truly believe, we're going to get into it, I truly believe when you're dealing with these, because Larsa's going to be 50 probably this year. She's at this point in her life where I guess she wants to be in these streets and date younger men and feel attractive. Those days are over. Heifer, go move on. I mean, listen. We see us as men, we see older men out here trying to act young, dress young. We can spot it a mile away. You can't hide that gray beard. You can't hide the gray. We can tell that, you're an older gentleman. Why are you out here trying to dress like these young boys? Why are you out here with skinny jeans? All right? Why are you using young vernacular? Why are you watching Casanat streams? How do you even know who that is? Listening to these young rappers. I'm not saying you can't listen to you can listen to whatever you want to, but what I'm saying is the maturity level, especially with Gen Xers, because Gen X is like, they ain't teaching nobody nothing. They've left everybody out to dry. Millennials, Gen Zers, they left everybody out to dry. Gen X was a lost group of people in the 90s and probably 80s as well. They were just a lost group of people. So When you take that lost group of people and you add social media, oh my God, it's going to be crazy. You got graying people out here acting ignorant. 40, 50, some of you MFers are in your 60s. You're in your 60s trying to compete. You don't want nobody talking about your age. You don't act your age. We're going to get into that. But I'm going to rant first a little bit. Yeah, a lost group of people. I didn't stutter. A lost group of people. Look at these Gen Xers. Just a lost group of people. Immature, crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's been that way for 20, 30 years. But, I see a lot of talk about men traveling overseas. Let me say this listen, I want y'all to understand, I don't care. Grown people they can do whatever they want to do. Just don't embarrass yourself and your family. That's all I say. Or your community. But I'm noticing that there's a lot of you extra average women getting in your feelings. Let me say this to the extra average women. Why are you so concerned about where these men are going? Seriously. You claim you got all these options, go get them. I know a lot of y'all ain't got no man. You know how I can tell a lot of y'all ain't got no man? Because you get on social media and you complain about men you're not even in relationships with. Why? Why are you hopping on panels, on useless live streams, talking, ranting and raving about people you don't know? Useless. Panels is useless. Live streams is no point to it at all. Just useless. And listen, all this goes together. Y'all want to know why these heifers can't keep a man? Because the men want nothing to do with them. These men rather go and get a passport and go overseas than deal with these women over here. That's why they're sitting on social media. Y'all know what's funny? Y'all know that show, is it called Talk to a Black Woman or something? Y'all know what I'm talking about. The panel, there's no black women on the panel. You know what I'm saying? Just stupid discussions. You people need to go find something to do. How can you have a panel talking about being for black women when there's no black women on the panel? And maybe if you want to include the 1 drop rule, the 50% drop rule, whatever. But come on, man. You elder heifers, you 50-something-year-olds, you ones in your late 40s, let it go. Okay? Be with the men that want to be with you. It's too late to date that rapper. It's too late to date that professional athlete. It's too late to be out here dating men from social media, which is on the rise. Let me tell you, when I started on YouTube almost 10 years ago making content, I never would have thought. Now, I know you had vloggers. I know vloggers would date each other, right? But man, you got people who just do regular live streams on YouTube. You got women trying to date them. Like, what the hell? Is it that bad out here? Is this why you talking about passport bros? You went from wanting to date men who actually had fame and money to just dating just regular guys. Just, streamers. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at now. And I want a lot of you ladies to understand, listen, I'm not your enemy. I don't hate you. I want all of you to succeed, because the anger and the bitterness that I see from you, it is sad. It really is. All the anger and bitterness y'all claim that men have, I see it seeping through you. It seeps through what you post on social media. It seeps when you're bitter about men you don't even know. I don't get it. I really don't. I don't understand where the bitterness is coming from. You have a whole world out there that you can go and live your life and be happy. Why are you heifer so miserable? I don't get it. I really don't. Let me say this about Erykah Badu. Erykah Badu, y'all go look at the blogs. She got upset with this woman telling her to act her age because she made some joke about cheating during the Super Bowl. Y'all go on these blogs, y'all see it. And she tried to make fun of this woman's looks. Let me say this about Erykah Badu. Erykah Badu is one of those women who is all about empowerment through sex. Do y'all see these feminists out here? These feminists talk about they should be able to express themselves. They support women who sell their bodies, right? They're all for that. But then they will shame those women if those types of women sleep with their men. Have y'all noticed that? All these so-called womanists and feminists, as soon as you piss them off, they're calling you every name in the book. I thought the incels were the ones who was insulting these women for no reason. I thought it was the incels that were trying to disparage and disrespect women when in reality you do it to yourselves. And again, this is no attack on Erykah. This is just me psychoanalyzing that I like to do. Y'all know I like to break things down. Erykah's in her early 50s. Her daughter looks like a younger version of her, right? Y'all remember when I did the video about the picture that her and her daughter did together, showing off their bodies? 18, her daughter would just turn 18, which is why people were outraged. It's like, your daughter just turned 18. Why are you showing her off like that? But I noticed that these women do this. They show off their daughters. Why are you showing off your daughters? Are you trying to compete with her? Are you trying to say, hey, even though she looks like a younger me, that's my child. It's just very weird when you see women and their adult daughters or barely adult daughters, and they try to show that they look just like them. They'll say, well, they birthed that, right? And y'all wonder why these girls are so sexualized. Y'all are the ones pushing. Y'all push the narrative. Just like you do with your sons. You heifers who get your sons lap dances and all that, right? Her daughter the reason why people were outraged at that photo was because her daughter was barely 18. Okay? Barely 18, and you're trying to show the world that your daughter has a similar figure as you. Why? I remember almost 20 years ago, I was at my mother's friend's house, and her friend and her daughter, they look, but by the way, the daughter looked biracial, to say that. Her mother was more brown-skinned. And she tried to compare her looks to her daughter because her daughter was a teenager at the time. I was a little bit younger than her. I was probably, about 14. Her daughter was probably like maybe 17, maybe 18, maybe 17, right there. And she was like, who looks better? That's what she said to me. She was standing next to her daughter. Then she turned around and said, hey, who looks better? And I'm like, why would you ask me that? Do you ask men who are at your house who looks better, you or your daughter? There's this silent competition with a lot of these women and their adult daughters. You can be proud of your children, but when you're showing them off, yeah, they want to live through their daughter. I think Erykah wants to stay youthful and young forever. Now, Erykah is not a bad looking woman. Even though she's 52, she has kept herself in tremendous shape. I will give her that because there are people younger than her who look horrible, okay? Who do not look white. I say look white. Look right, right? Some of y'all want your daughters to look white, but she's kept herself in tremendous shape. I give her that credit. She's never let herself go. And then being in the entertainment industry, you really can't, right? Your job, just like that lets you know she actually cares about her physical well-being. Now, why doesn't she give advice about how to live her day-to-day life, what to eat, exercising, how to take care of yourself? Why don't she give that wisdom to other women? The problem is you have women who are the age of Erykah Badu who do not pass on wisdom. What they do is they join in on the degeneration of society. And they're okay with their daughters being seen that way. When you're taking a picture side by side with your barely 18-year-old daughter, basically saying your daughter is sexy just like you, that's what you're putting. You're putting that energy out there. So men, instead of respecting you and saying, nah, I'm not going to come at a daughter like that, like I would any other woman that I'm attracted to, you know, you're basically saying, hey, she looks good too. You know, y'all think that Erykah looks good. Erykah basically saying her daughter looks just as good. And you wonder why these men are just running through these girls and showing absolutely no respect. It reminds me of Aisha Curry. You know, Aisha Curry was seen more in a respectable way. But she hated that because she see all these other women getting thirsted after and she wants that. This is why I tell y'all, you have to really take the time to get to know a woman. A lot of y'all don't take the time to get to know women. You look at her body, you look at her face, you're talk to her a little bit, but you're more concerned about hitting it. Or you're more concerned about having a trophy girlfriend, or in some cases, a trophy wife. But you don't really know the woman that you're with. You don't know her tendencies, her behaviors, because you can view future behavior. You can read future behavior by actually reading the person's behavior now. Because women will put their best foot forward. They will show you what they feel like you want to see. That's why you have to challenge them. You have to push them figuratively and mentally. You have to push them mentally to get the real them. Shout out to everybody that's here in the chat. Make sure y'all like the streams. Get the likes up. Because if you don't push her mentally, if you just allow her to show you that face, once you've made the mistake of getting into a relationship and moving her in, and even worse, marrying her, she will then show you who she truly is. And don't have a child with her and you really don't know who that is. You see, I take my time to get to know people. That's why in situations that I dealt with women, they will get impatient. Why is he taking so long? You know why I'm taking so long to really get to know you? Because I don't want to make the mistake of getting into a relationship with somebody that I'm going to regret. When that's happened to you before, you don't want to go down that road again. So you take your time. See, I'm a very patient man. Now, if I'm just in a situation I'm trying to smash, I mean, it is what it is. I ain't wait. Why wait? You know. But if you see potential in somebody, what you gonna do? You're gonna take your time to get to know them. You know, there's plenty of women you can just smash, right? Plenty of women you can go out there and you could have as a side piece or a jump off. But but a lot of times, if you're looking for somebody long term, you're just gonna have to read them. And if that person doesn't fit what you want, then let it go. Don't let your feelings get too involved, and don't let a woman attach themselves to you too tight, because what'll happen is she will become possessive. She'll become obsessed, you know, This is why the red pill matters, right? Because people love to claim that men who go their own way can't get women. That's not true. When I first started making content, when I first learned about the red pill philosophy, it was from men who were married in long-term relationships. They have children. They were battling for custody. They had women trying to take them to the cleaners, women trying to destroy them, ruin their lives, get them put in jail. I would never trust my own philosophy from people who never dealt with women. So when I see people try to make the assertion that if you're going your own way as a man, you can't get women, it's from men who don't even wife these women up anyway. Y'all have destroyed these women. You destroy these women, and then when we don't want to date those women, you're like, why don't you want to date them? Because you've destroyed them, moron. I believe in patience. I believe in, because again, if you just want women to sleep with, they're everywhere. It's very difficult to find the women who fit your life. It is. It's more difficult now than ever before. That's why you see men, if a man says, you know what, I don't see it in Western society, they go elsewhere. Why are other men getting mad with those men? Because you're suckers. That's why. That's why. So I don't get it. Why do I see men getting upset with other men because they make a conscientious decision? Because let me tell you, it's not easy to leave this country. It's not. Because everything you would think is here. It's not an easy decision. It's already difficult enough to uproot your life from your family, everything that you know, just to go elsewhere. It is not easy. It's not. You don't know the type of environment you're going to be in. You don't know your way around. You don't know the language. But it's all because they feel like they need a different environment, different energy. And I see other men feeling like they missing out. Do you males want to tell me something? You act like those men are leaving you. When I see some of you males getting upset because these men won't stay here in America, I'm thinking you think you're losing those men. You look very weird and very suspect. I don't want to take no advice from you. You're a loser. And the woman that you're with probably ain't attractive. And you tolerate her because you're living with her. A lot of you guys are bums. You're de-policing other men. You're weak losers. I don't want to hear nothing from you. You couldn't even afford to leave your city, let alone a country. This is why you lames have so much to say. And again, I can't really get upset at women because I expect women to feel some type of way. When I see you lames running your mouth, it tells me everything I need to know and why nobody should take advice from you. You probably living off these women. See, as a man, I could never do that. And that's why I always have the mentality of, if it doesn't work here, you can always go somewhere else. I tell women that if you can't get a man here in America, go somewhere else. I'm not going to get upset with you. That's your choice. I never get upset at a person making the choice to better themselves in their life because we have too many broken, unhappy people. We have a lot of broken, unhappy people in this country. Those people need to breathe. So go and breathe. Go and be somewhere where you'll find that happiness. If the happiness isn't here, it's better than seeing the bitterness that I'm seeing that's growing. And a lot of you people are hurt. I wanna I wanna get back. I wanna get to Larsa. Y'all know I posted a video about Larsa and Marcus Jordan. Now I can't remember your name. My fault, but someone told me in the chat room that they were spending Valentine's Day together. That doesn't surprise me. That happens all the time. People will break up and then get back together for Valentine's Day. You know, and Larsa was getting destroyed all over social media. And I told y'all that Marcus is a guy that is looking to build his own brand. Okay? And he's gonna use Larsa to do it. But I think he has to understand that his father his father's not gonna respect him for dealing with her. And because she was getting destroyed all over social media, she probably called him back and cried and begged him to come back to her, at least for Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? She ain't got no options. You see, Larsa don't have options like that. she she don't got no options. So she has to deal with him. Who gonna deal with Larsa? This guy, Marcus is the heir to $1 billion fortune. And I guarantee you, Larsa, he will break up with you for good when it's time to collect. Marcus is just using you, Larsa, because he's trying to build his own brand. And because you don't have any options, you're going to allow it. This female was getting roasted all over social media. She still is. And because she got roasted, she went crawling back to Marcus. She went crawling back to Marcus. Listen, man, I'm losing respect for a lot of you dudes, what little respect I have. But I understand the hustle, Marcus. I understand it. You trying to build your own name. It ain't gonna work. This woman is humiliating herself for clout. Humiliating yourself for clout. When is it gonna enough is gonna be enough for you older females? You older females act like you can't do any better. You act like you go and you get these BBLs and you go and get these fake tatas. In some cases, melanated heifers getting lighter skin. All for the sake. I saw this picture from this Instagram page. And it was of two black women with BBLs. They literally were shaped like the letter Q, right? And P. And they both looked like sisters. And they were talking to each other on the street, on the sidewalk. And both of these heifers had BBLs. They had skinny thighs, skinny legs. They built like ants. And they're doing it. And both of them look like they're in their 30s. They look like, you know what I'm saying? They just don't look right. Black women, why are you getting BBLs? Why are you getting BBLs when you don't have the body type for a BBL? Y'all look crazy. You look like you're wearing 3 or 4 diapers. Okay? What? So you can get attention from one of these dysfunctional males? Because I'm telling you right now, BBLs is only going to attract dysfunctional males with a fetish. That's it. The only thing you're going to attract with a BBL is a dysfunctional male with a fetish. And once that fetish is satisfied, he's going to dump you just like every other man has dumped you. Y'all look crazy getting these surgeries. because you want attention from some dysfunctional male who, you know what I'm saying? Right, they want a rapper, but they ain't gonna get one. You actually have to be an attractive woman in the face at least to get with one of these rappers. Preferably a biracial woman with Latin descent. You got to be one of them first. They're gonna be the first ones in line. I'm sorry to tell you. The Latinas and the biracial chicks, they gonna be in line first. It is what it is. If you try to get one of these rappers, I'm sorry. That's why you shouldn't be out here trying to get no rapper. Man, I wish I had that picture. I'd show it. Y'all are just built wrong. But back to Larsa. Larsa is a desperate woman looking to hang on. Listen, age gracefully. There's a lot of older women who are aging gracefully. Look at Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett looks better than Larsa Pippen at 49. Angela Bassett is in her early to mid 60s, and she looks better than Larsa. Maybe it's the melanin, you know what I'm saying? That melanin just makes things look right on a woman. It just makes women look better. I'm not a color struck man. I don't fetishize white women or light skinned women. I've never chased or wanted a white woman or a light skinned woman. I've never been that type. I know of guys that are. But Angela Bassett looks better than Larsa is at. Larsa's 49. Angela Bassett like in her almost mid 60s. And looks better than Larsa. Larsa done had all these surgeries. But you know the difference too is that Angela's married and she's been married for a while. You see, Angela, she can keep a man. You don't see her posting thirst traps. You don't see her trying to show she still got it. But do you know who I see doing that? I see Larsa doing that. A lot of you women are doing too much. And you wonder why you're not married right now. You see, Angela Bassett can keep a man. She can. But you, Larsa, after your divorce that you ruined, a marriage that you ruined, you can't. This woman openly cheated on her husband with a rapper in the same city and had no remorse. Scottie Pippen took her back, brought her a new ring. And you know what this heifer did? She divorced him because he left her first, right? But then he took her back and then she ended up leaving him. You males make it so easy for these women to disrespect you. And when her son acted up, she made him apologize. She ain't for the effery. Now you got Angela Bassett, a classy woman, talented woman, been married for years, don't have to thirst trap. All she got to do is show up to an award show. She goes viral. But then I see you women who are younger than her. And you're getting all these surgeries. A lot of y'all look older than your ages. You can't keep a man. Something y'all doing is wrong. And what it is that you heifers are attention slores. You're such attention slores. You would rather be in these streets. But guess what? What happens when you run out of space in these streets? You become a free agent. There's a lot of free agent heifers out here who can't get a man. A lot of you heifers are crazy. A lot of you heifers are surgery obsessed. A lot of y'all like dealing with different men. And you like, men have a harem. I think women have their own sort of rotations as well. They have men on rotation too. Y'all don't think these women got men on rotation? Y'all are crazy. This Valentine's Day, I want to stress that women like Larsa are never winners. They're always losers. And you see it with their failed relationships every single time. You do. Shout out to everybody that's here. All right. Let me get to this video.
So,
let me get to Mace. Yo, shout out to Mace. Murder Mace. Mace had something to say. You're going to check out. Mace has something to say about Larsa. Man, talk about listen, one of the best podcast shows out here. Better than the Pivot podcast. Better than the Nightcap podcast. Better than it's probably my favorite because these dudes are real and you know what I'm saying, and I like hearing what they have to say. So let's get to what Mace had to say about Larsa Pippen. Make sure y'all like the stream. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up.
Somebody got to tell you the truth. You're not Lori Harvey. My goodness. And for all of the Pippins, I know that's your mom's. Listen, but sometimes we find out about our parents and we don't like what we find out. I found out things about my parents I may not like, but they're still my parents. Stop embarrassing your children, allegedly.
Like me today, man.
Nah, it ain't alleged. She's actually embarrassing them children. And the thing is, she has a 16-year-old daughter. She got a 16-year-old daughter. All her 3 other sons are over the age of 18. One son is playing in the NBA. You got a 16-year-old daughter who's watching her, who she puts in her post, by the way.
I only got 5 words to say, man. So the people, not even the people. Don't be the next sucker.
It's lollipop season. Pause.
Because she'll find another one.
Yeah.
All I got to say is
her mental health.
You young niggas, she praying on y'all. Don't be the next sucker. Period. It's that 5 word. Don't be
Get
the
that
next
t-shirt.
sucker. Yeah.
I need that on my hoodie.
Yeah.
Don't be the next sucker.
And that's what I've been trying to tell y'all for years. Like, that's the reason why I say the things that I say. This is not out of hate. It's out of me warning y'all the things that can happen. And you see, there are people that don't want me to tell y'all these things. I had one heifer. I made a video about Carmelo Anthony, right? And there was this IG model, quote unquote. She got mad that I made a video about her trying to expose him and embarrass him. She was in my DMs. Like the rest of these heifers, they love to just be in my DMs. And they talking crazy. And I told her, listen, I'm going to make these videos and I'm going to show that why men shouldn't deal with women like you. They don't like that. They don't like when men are helping other men, it bothers them. That's why they attack us. That's why they want to deplatform us. That's why they want us destroyed, because we're telling men not to deal with women like them. I mean, you're trying to humiliate this man who you claim to be friends with. So why shouldn't I warn other men about your behavior? You heifers are some of the dumbest people on planet Earth. This is why you're nothing more than a booty model. That's it. That's all you ever will be.
Somebody got to tell you the truth. You're not Lori Harvey. My goodness. And for all of the Pippins, I know that's your mom's. Listen, but sometimes we find out about our parents and we don't like what we find out. I found out things about my parents I may not like, but they're still my parents. Stop embarrassing your children, allegedly.
Like me today, man. I only got 5 words to say, man. So the people, not even the people. Don't be the next sucker.
It's lollipop season.
Because
Pause.
she'll find another one.
Yeah.
Also, all I got to say is
her mental health.
You young niggas, she praying on y'all. Don't be the next sucker.
Right. And that's what the manosphere was created. I don't know what it's become now. It's just I don't know what that is. But the principles was about men being able to bond and being able to share knowledge and concerns about the way society was going in regards to men. But they don't want y'all to smarten up. They want you to be dumb and ignorant. They want you to just chase heifers and be unaware of the dangers you put yourself in. You put yourself in a lot of dangers here.
Period. It's that 5 don't be
Get
the
that
next
t-shirt.
sucker. Yeah.
I need that on my hoodie.
Yeah.
Don't be the next sucker.
Right. Put that on t-shirts, billboards, put that everywhere. Men everywhere need to see this. Men are the key to everything. We are the key to everything. Without us, you have no society, and people have forgotten that. We are the innovators, we are the builders, we are the protectors, and we have to maintain. We have to understand that and internalize that, and don't be beaten down verbally, mentally by the rhetoric that you see out here. You got a bunch of weak men joining in, trying to browbeat you into being weak morons like them, cucks like them. Stand on your own 2 feet and be men. They don't want you to be that. They tell you to accept that women are quote unquote dominant. What the fuck does that mean? These women still call the police when they hear a noise in their house. Or if you raise your voice, they're calling the police. What are they ruling? They are nothing more than tools to keep men in line. That's what they've become. And they have bought into it because women buy into every propaganda that's put out there. Who supports the DNC more than anybody? It's these melanated heifers. And also these single white women, millennial, even these Gen Zers, educated, they tend to lean more liberal because they want more power, say so, but they don't know how to handle power, because with power comes responsibility and accountability. They don't know nothing about that.
Somebody got to tell you the truth. You're not Lori Harvey. My goodness. And for all of the Pippins, I know that's your moms, listen. But sometimes we find out about our parents and we don't like what we find out. I found out things about my parents I may not like, but they're still my parents. Stop embarrassing your children, allegedly.
Like me today, man. I only got 5 words to say, man. So the people, not even the people. Don't be the next sucker.
It's lollipop season. Pause.
Because she'll find another one.
Yeah.
Also, all I got to say is
her mental health.
You young niggas, she praying on y'all. Don't be the next sucker. Period. It's that 5 don't be
Get
the
that
next
t-shirt.
sucker. Yeah.
I need that on my hoodie.
Yeah.
Don't be the next sucker.
Right. Absolutely. Don't be a sucker. That's what they want y'all to be, man. And men like me is keeping them from pushing that to y'all. That's why we've been attacked. And let me say this. Listen, we need to embrace other platforms like Rumble. I feel like we should migrate over. I've been one of those people. I've told y'all for years that we should be on other platforms. There's nothing. Rumble is a great platform. It has gotten better. I plan on putting content over there because it's clear that YouTube is going to suppress and they're going to push bullshit. And they're going to push hate and propaganda towards men. So absolutely going to that platform works. I'm over there. And y'all should be over there too. You should have dual accounts. You know, YouTube won't last forever. At some point, you're going to have to go somewhere else. And unfortunately, there's been a lot of knowledge. There's been a lot of great content that's been wiped clean off this platform due to censorship. Great red pill content creators who have left over the years that I watch leave one by one due to the attacks and the censorship. So I would suggest that y'all go to these other platforms and support the men that are over there on those platforms. Because it is unfortunate, but it's a part of life. You gotta adjust. And the one thing that us as men do better than anybody is we adjust. We deal with adversity and we adjust. Okay. Shout out to everybody that's here. Let me see. I want to talk about Freddie Gibbs, but that situation, I may have to just do a video on that so I have everything. But what a disgusting heifer. Freddie Gibbs' baby mother is a disgusting heifer. Let me say this. If you don't want to be with somebody, why are you trying to expose them? I never understood that. I never understood trying to expose somebody that you claim you don't want to be with. But this is the playbook of the Western woman. And that's why nobody wants you ever. Especially Freddie Gibbs' baby mother, who's she just a horrible human being. In more ways than one. This woman posted a picture of Freddie Gibbs, allegedly Freddie Gibbs, spreading himself. Now, again, I don't know if it's real. She's using it to promote her OnlyFans. Just a horrible human being. She's mad because he done wifed up another light bright. So he done found him another non-melanated woman, and they got you in your feels. Listen, you ain't the only one. You ain't the only one. So you want to post pictures talking about that's him. That's probably not even him. I mean, listen, man. I hope Freddie Gibbs ain't sending pictures like that to his, to his ex, like, bro, like, hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody. That's it for me, people. All right, people. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all being here. Salute to the moderators, the channel members, the Patreons. Y'all have been great. I appreciate the support. Make sure y'all follow me on Facebook, X, Instagram. You can send me content through Twitter by tagging me in posts or by sending it through DMs on Instagram. But you gotta let me know that that's what you are sending it for. Because sometimes people just share posts. You don't know whether they're actually sending it to you. But yeah. All right, people. That's it. I'll see y'all in the next one. Yeah, man. Why do you think they call him Spready Gibbs? That's a reason why they call Freddie Gibbs Spready Gibbs. I'm being as PG as possible. So thank y'all for being here. I'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all take care. Have a great rest of your night.